Okay, now I want to focus in on that location of the boys in House 3. House 3 resonates with this chart and its meaning of siblings. Also, neighbors is a marker for House 3, or our local neighborhood resonates as well because the town is highly concerned and actively involved in the search of the missing boys. Short journeys, short distances, or those made on a regular basis, routine, such as car travel, going back and forth to work or school, also resonates with House 3. We might, as I said before, we might want to consider the car itself as a clue, or that the kids did not likely go far from the home if they were taken, or if even, let's say, they left the yard on their own, they couldn't have gone too far. But keep in mind that the news is currently questioning if the kids have ever even resided in that same exact home where the Wests currently live. And the dad has claimed in his own words that they are not far from home. Also, keeping in mind that actually any neighbor in the whole entire neighborhood could be a perpetrator if the dad is telling the truth that he had nothing to do with them going missing. House 3 also means letters, rumors, reports, messages, and messengers. Any kind of communication or interaction with the outside world once they step outside their home, generally. Newspapers, magazines, telephones, postal services, etc., any form of local communication. This also resonates because the story is huge in the news right now. Written deeds and contracts is very important in this connection with the boys because, number one, the adoptive parents recently became legally their adoptive parents in an expedited way, according to the news. The biological mother parent demonstrated blame towards the foster or / adoptive parents, even though the bio mom was apparently in rehab or is only temporarily considered unfit to parent her two boys at this time. House 3 warns us of any kind of financial or business nature and affliction to House 3, difficulties with contracts and written deeds, which I think also resonates because of the fact that the kids were adopted and at one point considered foster children to foster parents. In relationship charts, it suggests that communication problems or mental incompatibility is involved. Although this reading is not romance related, mental incompatibility is kind of occurring between the biological mother and the adoptive parents. Because, fact check, the biological mom suspects foul play with these adoptive parents. Capricorn is concerned with money. House 3 is concerned with paper contracts, so that goes very much along with this story. In my own words, it is likely that something ugly happened due to greed. Money to gain through fraud and blackmail, possibly involved with legal regulations associated with the biological mother's separation from the kids, or possibly there's money to gain through the foster agency or the state rules with the biological mom and with the adoptive mom and dad, and or the state or the legalities or all of the above together or separately could be involved. In my own words, we also want to consider the hopeful belief that it's possible that the kids are actually safely in the care of a non-custodial individual in which the adoptive parents could have possibly hid the kids temporarily for reasons they wish not to reveal in order to try to manipulate, let's say, maybe the system for their own benefit or for their own wishes or in their own mind in the long term to benefit the kids, knowingly all too well that it is completely illegal to do that, to put the kids in the care of someone who's not a legal custodian. And so that maybe they wanted to continue to hide their knowledge of where the kids are, their whereabouts. If there are actually no kids to fight or play tug of war over in a custody dispute, then in time, maybe the adoptive parents hoped that the bio mom would make a mistake and mess up again legally in a short period of time. And then voila, maybe like magic, the kids would reappear. If Horary shows that the kids are not far and they're near play areas, playrooms, and places of enjoyment, it could mean that the kids just think that they are simply on some sort of like temporary vacation and they're there to just have fun, and we're expected to eventually return home with their adoptive parents again soon. So that's my hopeful wish that maybe Horary is trying to tell us. I want to just continue to keep having hope that the kids are safe and sound and just temporarily hidden for some sort of selfish reason. That I just strongly believe that we just need to keep praying and be positive and hopeful that God will reveal, because He always does. Have faith. Amen, and thank you all for listening. The end.